This week's Parsha, Parsha Yisrael, we have the topic of the Ir Hanidachas. Perek Gimel, Pasuk Gimel talks about how we have a city of Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael, not including in Yerushalayim, and they've reached the level where the word has gotten out that in fact the majority of this city is serving Avodah Zarah. And the Sanhedrin makes a decision and they tell the Shvatim to send their armies and besiege and breach and break into this city and to start setting up Badidin and judging the people. They find that a minority of the people have served Avodah Zarah, then they will stone those people, but they will not destroy the city. But if they find out that the Darash V'chakarta V'shalta Heitev, and it's true that the majority of this city is serving Avodah Zarah, then they will destroy the city and they will wipe out the wives and the children, even all the animals, and as tikpots or tokrachova, they're going to gather all the monetary possessions into the street, v'sarafta be'esh, and they're going to burn it to cinders. It's irves kol shola, kaliyah l'Hashem Elokecha, and everything in it, the city, the property, will all be burned. Hashem. The Rambam says this is a mitzvah. Sarafta v'eish, you'll burn the city and burn the possessions. V'yisatil olam, and it will be just like a rubble pile forever. Lo si b'ne'od. You'll never rebuild it. You'll have this memorial of a city in Eretz Yisrael, and it'll be desolate forever. And everyone will look and they'll say that was a city that was serving Avodah Zarah. That was a city that was destroyed. The Gemara at the end of Sanhedrin and the Perek Chelek from Kuf Yadaf Ben Beis and on discusses these halachos of the Ir Hanidachas. It's actually a machlokes in the Gemara if there ever was an Ir Hanidachas that actually was destroyed. Seems the opinion that it never existed was because if there's even one mezuzah or even one sefer, then how could you destroy that? It says you destroy everything in the city, versus the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan is he says, I personally saw an Ir Hanidachas. I would think he's holding like the Shita Paskin like a halacha, that the halacha with the Sifrei Kodesh, the Sifrei Torah, the mezuzahs would be that they would bury them. Interestingly, the Gemara asks why the tzaddikim there, who are not going to be killed, why is their money destroyed? And the Gemara says, because why are they living in a city like this, where they're surrounded by the majority of the serving of Avodah Zarah? They're there because of their money, and therefore their money should be destroyed. Pasuk continues in Pasuk Yud Ches. It says, "Nothing should be stuck remaining in your hands. So Hashem should turn away from His anger, because Rashi brings from the Gemara that as long as there's Avodah Zarah in the world, Hashem has an anger in the world. So Hashem is angered by this city. That's why Hashem says we should destroy it. And when they remove this city, then they're removing Hashem's anger. Hashem will give you tremendous mercy and increase you as He swore to your forefathers. Come back to this pasuk. Because you listen to the voice of Hashem to keep all His mitzvahs that He commanded you to do. To do what's righteous in the eyes of Hashem. Because you did this for the right reasons, because you did this because it was Yashar in the Einei Hashem, and you killed your own countrymen because it was the Ratzon Hashem, and you did it l'shem Shemayim, therefore Hashem will give you these blessings. So the Rechaim says an interesting nice pshat in V'nasan Charachim and V'richamcha, because there's reasons why people will be concerned about executing this din of the Ir Hanidachas. First of all, I just want to point out this idea again that I stressed before, that the Goyish world has this concept that the death penalty is immoral. There's no such thing as good guys and bad guys, and everything is complicated, and there's no right time to destroy evil. And the Torah has a very different perspective. The Torah has clear gedarim on what's okay and what's not okay. And the Torah says these are Jewish people and they've crossed the line and they should be destroyed and their property should be destroyed and the city should be razed forever. Going back to this pasuk, the Rachmanus says, but there's reasons why we'd be afraid to do it. One of them will be because we'd be afraid when you do things like this of mass murdering people, then it creates a natural cruelty in the heart of a person. He mentions like the Ishmaelim have this koach of murder within them, and they seem to very much enjoy it, even in his times. And they've totally uprooted this source of mercy. And so people will be afraid. What if this happens to us when we go and kill out a city? So Hashem promises, Hashem will give you the midah of rachamim as a gift. Hashem will ensure that you stay merciful and that this natural effect will not take place within you. He also says, the vihir becha. The vihir becha, Hashem will multiply you, because they'll be afraid. We just wiped out an entire city. It's not good for the Jewish population count. Hashem promises us, v'hir becha, and Hashem will increase your numbers. So it's just a nice pshat that Hashem will allow us to carry this out, and Hashem will give us the midas Rachmanus, will save us from the achazarias, from the cruelty that this could create. This pasuk is also a source that Jews are, with this famous thing that the Jewish people are distinguished because they're Baishanim, Rachmanim, and Gomlei Chasadim. And this pasuk, is the source that the Gemara brings, that the Jewish people have this nature of Rachman. So there's another nice pshat in this pasuk, that the Chovas HaVavos brings in Shar HaBitachon. He's talking about how we have to realize when we go through, as part of trusting in Hashem, we have to feel Hashem's love and His mercy and kindness. So we have to realize that Hashem is merachim on us more than any other merachim. Than any rachamim and chemla that we experience from other people, always Hashem's rachamim and chemla. As the pasuk tells us, I believe the way that Chovos HaVavos is understanding this pasuk is that Hashem is the source of rachamim. When other people care about us, and have Rachmanus on us and give to us, it's all because Hashem put that into their heart. Not to say that they don't have good intentions. The idea is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is putting this Rachmanus into their heart. It's all, any manifestations of love we experience in life is all manifestations of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's love. Just to realize that our goodness, we have free will, but at the same time our goodness is also coming because HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us this goodness. We have to daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem should help us, that He should give us the midas Rachmanus to other people, and that when we follow the Ratzon Hashem, we should appreciate that Hashem gives us tremendous brachas, even if it's things that maybe feel uncomfortable for us to do, maybe to stand up for our values, and to fight for what we believe in. We have to realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us these mitzvahs, and Hashem wants us to fight for what's right, and He wants us to fight for Him. Hashem will give us bracha, and He'll give us rachamim when we do the right thing, and maybe zocher to trust in Him and have that strength to go in the Ratzon Hashem. Have a wonderful Shabbos.